Hello everyone, good evening.
Hello. Hello.
So I'm going to share my screen. Let me know once you are able to see.
See.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, so do you have any question whatever we have learned yesterday in that topic? No?
Professor, if you don't mind, can you go to? Can you explain the one more time the child one and child two on the last class?
This.
That's the one.
So nth child. Are you talking about this one, nth child?
Yes.
So you want me to explain margin or what? What is nth child? What is your question here?
Yeah, the margin one.
Margin, okay. So margin top and margin bottom. This is for paragraph. Yeah. So now tell me here what you are not getting in this one.
The first paragraph and second paragraph. You see how they combine like both borders like that. Yep, that's the one.
That one. For
Yes.
that, I think I have used here border that you can see is border here we have just
Mhm.
5 pixels, but outline I am using here. Okay. Outline I can use here like transparent also. Let's say F007. See here how it is. So this area just I'm showing you here. Like whatever margin we are using, for that reason I have used here outline. Okay, because by border, if you will use border 20 pixels, then you won't be able to see that margin area again. So just to cover that margin area, I have applied here outline. Whatever border we have applied, same width I have applied here for this one. So that's why you are able to see here margin. Okay, so let's say here if I'm giving margin top for which paragraph here it is, second one as 80. So now for this one margin top here we have 80 pixels gap. So this gap between from this red border from here. So for this one, for second paragraph, if I'll inspect this one right now, then you will be able to see here. I'm going to just select this one, second one. So are you able to see that? This color? So for this paragraph on top you can see here we have margin 80 pixels. Let me select this one first. So here we have margin on top 80 pixels. And for first paragraph, margin bottom, how much we have? 40 pixels. Okay. So 40 pixels for top one and 80 pixels for bottom one here we have for this paragraph on top. So which one is greater? Actually, these two margins are overlapping, as I said yesterday, and vertically it will collapse. Okay. So that's why here, if you will see for the second one, for second child, which is second paragraph, we have margin top 80 pixels, which is greater than the margin bottom of the first paragraph. So that is here applied that you can see is 80 pixels. So that's why how much gap here we have between these two paragraphs vertically?
80 pixels.
80 pixels. Is that clear now? No?
Yes.
Okay. One more thing, as I said yesterday, like vertical margin will collapse. Okay, but I just wanted to show you one more thing here. Hmm. One example. Let's say here we have one div called box. Okay, in that we have divs into five divs here we have. Okay, so first container, as you can see, that is box. So here we have div, and here we have paragraph. Okay, for this div also. So I'm going to comment this one. No. So you won't be able to see now anything here. So I'm going to write here. First, we'll target that box. Okay, we'll target that box. Box is what? That is a main container.
Main container.
Main container, no, here, that div. Okay, I will target that. Now we know border property, like how to apply border. We'll apply here. Thick means how much it is?
5
pixels.
pixels.
5 pixels. Solid red. Okay, so here we have this div. And why it is coming like this? Because inside that div, inside this box, whatever div here we have, for that we do not have applied yet which property?
Height.
Height and width. Exactly. So now I'm going to apply here width 100 pixels, height also 100 pixels, and background color I'm going to add here tomato. Okay, here we have 5 divs, but by seeing like here we are not able to identify whether we have 5 divs here. Let it be gold only. Okay, 5 divs or a single div here we have inside this. Excuse me, isn't it? So what we can do now?
We can
If
add the margin or padding.
margin, padding will not work. See, padding, as I said, that will be
Yeah.
inside the element, and margin will be the outside the element. So you
Element.
want a space between two different elements, no? So you have
Yes.
to apply what?
Margin.
Margin. I'm going to apply here 10 pixels margin. Okay, so vertically, if you will see, for each and every element, we have 10 pixels only margin, isn't it? Isn't it? We
Yes.
have 10 pixels. So just to show you that, display flex. Now, horizontally, if you will see how much it is getting added here now. 10 pixels plus
10 pixels.
10
20.
pixels, isn't it? And flex direction column. Yesterday, as I was saying, in flex box, vertical margin or horizontal margin will not
Yeah,
collapse.
not collapse.
Okay, so we will see these things like in once we will start the flex box layout. Okay, but here I'm showing you, like, see, vertically here 10 pixels for the top one and bottom one is getting added here, isn't it? So how much
Yes.
gap here we have? 20 pixels. But if you will not use what here, I'm not going to show you like this. So horizontally it will be 20 pixels, means horizontal margin will not collapse, but vertical margin will collapse, isn't it? So I'm going to remove this one also.
Yes.
So as you can see here, we have just 10 pixels margin between each and every box. Now tell me, what if I'm going to copy this one? Same container. Immediately after this, Okay. So what will happen? Again, the same structure will appear here, isn't it?
Yes.
So vertically, there will be a margin collapse or what? Here we do have two different box. Okay. So inside box, okay, for these siblings only that margin will collapse. And again, if I'll save here, so this is a different box. So these vertical margins you can see will not collapse because here we have another parent and here we have again another parent for these childs. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Here, if we will use thin, okay, or even if I'm not using this border property, here, where is that? Just to show you that one. Here we have border. If I'm not using here border, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now see what is happening here. Are you getting what is happening here? So it seems like all these elements are in
And the same container.
same container. Now we do not have any separator in between. Okay. But if you'll apply here border, see, are you able to see that? Now here we have a
Yes.
separator in between. So in that case, vertical margin will not
Collapse.
collapse. Got it? So you may face this type of issue if you are working with like multiple sections you have, like our services, okay? And then about us, two different section you have, and you have applied like margin, let's say margin for each and every section. So in that case, if you do not have any what we say separator at the time, it will collapse. Otherwise, you will be able to see there
No, they.
the margin, isn't it? So that you
In
have to
case if the margin is 20 pixels for the second, I mean, in case if we have uh, this property, the CSS, different CSS properties for the second div.
so that will work as it is. I'm talking about margin only.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I think my question is different.
What you are trying to ask?
Uh, like we have same class for the same two divs.
Mhm.
What if the two divs are with two different classes and we apply different margins? In that case, there is a border also. So in that case, will it be collapsed or not?
Let's say here you have divs, no?
Yes.
So divs for let me do one thing. Hmm, we have box nth child 1, and inside that whatever divs we have, for that here we have what? Margin. So what I can do is simply will copy this one and will paste it here. We'll remove here we have margin, no? So we'll remove this margin. Now here I'm going to save this one, and for this one, yeah. For first box here we have inside divs, we have applied what? Margin. For second one, if you will see, we do not have margin. Okay. Now, what was your question? In second div, we have some different margin or something like that. or what?
No, actually, so there is no margin. I mean, different margins, not no margin.
See here. Here we have
Okay.
20 pixels, no?
Okay.
And for first box here we have 10. So are you able to see that?
Yes. Yes.
It is not
Okay.
getting collapsed.
Collapse.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it? This was your question only, no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So like that you can do. And any question here? Anyone else? No? Okay. One more thing. Yesterday we have learned about borders, no? I forgot to explain you about that thing. So now I'm going to comment all these things for now. Okay. Here we have one div. Okay. Here we have one div, simple div. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to target that div. Okay. Width I'm going to apply here. Let's say 100 pixels. Height 100 pixels. Background color gold. Okay, fine. So what if I want to apply here border? What property I have to use here?
Border.
Border. So yeah, so individual I'm going to apply here. For width, I'm going to target like this, border width. Let's say 20 pixels. Okay, fine. Second one is
Border.
border style. That is solid. Here we have that one. Fine. So what if I'm going to remove this one, height and width? What will happen? Height as 0. We have just
Border.
width is 0. So what we have now? What we have here?
20
Just border.
pixels border.
Border only. Okay, we do not have anything inside that content. So what I'm going to do, let me try to write here, display here flex and justify content center, align items center and height, whatever I'm writing here, no, so just to put that one in center. Okay, here we have this one. So instead of 20 pixels, what I'm going to do is 50 pixels. So by saying this one, can you say like this is a border, or simply we have one div or span, or what element here we have? No.
No.
Yeah, so here I want to target all these, like here we have 4 sides, no? 4 sides the same color. By default color it is taking as black, and black from where it is coming? From the color property of this div, isn't it? So I'm going to target here border color property will apply, and will apply here red. Okay, so all sides you can see is in red color. What if I want top and bottom red and left and right blue?
Border top.
Border top.
No, here only we can write, no. If you remember yesterday,
Yeah, red, blue.
so blue here we can write, no. So see how it is. It's kind of triangle. Now I'm going to apply here lime color and indigo color as well. So as you can see here, for 4 different side borders, we have 4 different color. So what if I'll ask you to make this shape here? See, so here we have this shape. I don't want the top border. Then simply we can use, no, here instead of this color transparent at the time.
Okay, background color is gold.
Yeah, I'm going to remove that. So background color is remove, if we'll remove that gold, so then it will be transparent. So we are able to create this shape. So what if I want to create a right angle triangle here? Just I have to display these two, isn't it?
Yes.
So
Blue is
second one, what we can do here, second one also I can
Transparent.
use as transparent, isn't it?
Yes.
Last one also we can remove, no, and we can create here this one also transparent. So just we are able to see what? One triangle. Okay. So it is pointing right hand side, no? So what if you want just a triangle which is pointing on, let's say on left hand side? Then what you have to do?
Right side. Transparent. Then
Here,
color.
here we have blue, no? So then again, here we can use transparent, and last one also
Transparent.
transparent.
transparent, isn't it? Fine. So now what I'm going to do is here I will apply this one. Okay. And will not apply these borders here. Do you remember we have learnt about generated contents?
Yes.
100 pixels, 100 pixels, 1000 it is. Okay. Okay. Width, let it be 400 pixels. So here I want one small arrow. Okay. Down arrow. So can we use that border thing? We'll target that div, and for generated content we have to use before or after. And what is the mandate property for this one?
Content.
Content. Here we have, okay, we'll keep this one right now empty. We'll apply here this border width as instead of 50 we'll take 10 only. So here we have no 10 pixels, 10 pixel we have here, no, what we say,
Border width.
border width, height and width we can keep this one as 0, height, width 0. It will work? No, because this is inline element that we will see. Don't worry about that. So simply I'm going to show you one thing here, that so see now we have arrow, no? Okay.
Yes.
Positioning I'm going to use here. Okay, positioning and everything we will learn. We have a separate module. I'm going to apply here position absolute. Okay. So instead of this one, I want, as I said, down arrow, no? So every side will be transparent except the first one, top one, isn't it? So I'm going to create here red. So here we have that one. So now I can position it here immediately after this from right 0 pixel. So this is now right side, from bottom minus 10 pixels, minus 20 pixels. How it is, see? And from right I'm going to make this one as 20 pixels. And now I'm going to change this color to gold only. Then see how it is. So we can create like this, means if you have to create any shape, you have any comment over here, or just you have to create a tooltip kind of thing, and just you need to point like that here. So you can adjust these things by using border. You have to create these shapes, okay, and you have to position it with that particular element. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How does right is related?
Yeah, so these things are related to positioning. So that's why I said, don't worry about these things. Like here, just you need to understand. One second. Content, you know why we are using height, width, border, and these things, you know, okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So that only we are here applying by using this generated content. Just what I have used here, the new thing is positioning, isn't it?
Okay. Yes.
This one and this one. But you know how to apply like generated content and all.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so these things we will learn. We have a separate module, don't worry about that. Okay, any question till here? No. Okay, fine. We'll apply here that div. So the next property now we have, that is box sizing. Okay, div BGC background color as gold. Okay, width 200 pixels, height 200 pixels. So here we have this box, no? Okay, so what I have applied here, width and height for this div, what is the value?
200 pixels.
200. So if I'll hover here, excuse me. So on that tool tip, can you see the dimension? What is that?
200 by 200.
200 by 200, isn't it? Here also, if you will see, when I'm hovering here directly, let me click on this one. So what is the size here for the content? Width and height? 200 by 200. Now, you have learned about the padding, no? Yesterday?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So for padding, what we have to do, if I want to apply padding, simply we need to use what?
Padding.
Padding 20
20
pixels.
pixels.
Okay. So what will will be the box height now and width? Same.
It's 220.
Same,
Two-
sir.
Same. So
220
if I'm
by
up 220 by 220, if I'm writing padding 20 pixels, what will happen?
All sides.
20 pixels top, right, bottom, left.
Yes.
So 220, how it will be? 200 is the actual width. Left 20 pixels padding, right 20 pixels padding. It should be 240, no?
240. Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
So it will be 240 or 200. I have already applied here width and height. You can see 200. Then how it will exceed
No, yeah, it's 200.
200?
Why
No,
is it coming in the center?
I have applied here this one, this rule. Flex item means you can see here height for the body and display flex, justify content center, align item center. So these things we will learn. Just here I kept this one in center. So we can apply margin, padding and everything. So it will be easy to understand. So I have kept this box in center with this flex box alignment. Okay. So yeah, so it will be 200 by 200 only. Box
Yes, sir.
width. No, it will be 240 by 240 now. See, the box height and width got increased, no? By seeing only you can say.
Yes.
So now I'm going to hover here. What is the dimension now?
240 by 240.
Okay, so you supposed to create a card or whatever, a box with the height of like width 200, height 200 only. But when you are applying padding, you can see the total height is 240 by 240. It means the padding, whatever you have applied, that is also getting added in the original height and width,
Width.
isn't it? Okay, fine. So here we have 200 by 200 content. Then padding, you can see how much it is. 20 pixels
20
each and
pixels.
every side. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to apply here border. Okay, border 20 pixels solid. Okay, indigo. Now what will be the dimension of this box?
I mean, this
Two.
border
It
also
will be,
will add it to 40.
2.
yes. So now if it will be added, so height will increase, and then what will be the dimension? 280, no?
280.
So see, when I'm hovering here, so what is the height right now?
280.
280. Actual height and width we have here
200.
applied 200, but still it is exceeding, no? When we are applying the padding and border. Now we'll apply margin 20 pixels. What will happen?
280 by 280.
Why?
It will be
Margin
margin
is
will be
the
outside of the element.
the box.
Exactly. So the dimension will remain same, because here if I'll hover, you can see for this one, margin is there, border is also there, padding is also there, and content is also there. So that's why it is known as box model. Each and everything is in form of box. Okay, so the inner one is known as content, then padding, then border, then
Margin.
margin. Okay, so what is the content height and width right now?
200 by 200.
So this box, this is in form of box only, no, here.
Yes.
So this is for what? I said
Content.
content. So this box is known as content box. This box is known as
Padding.
Padding.
this one is
Border box.
Border.
okay, and this one is margin, but that is outside the element, so that will be not considered as the box. Okay, so box means till border. Okay, so what is the height and width here for the content?
200 by 200.
So it means whatever width and height we have applied, that is for
Content.
okay. Padding is outside that content box, and border is also outside that
Padding.
content. So padding and border is getting added for this content, but still you can see the height and width, whatever we have applied, that is for content only. Okay, and total height is getting increased, whatever border or padding you are adding here. Okay, is that clear? Because we have one property here. we are talking about box. So here we have box sizing. So by default, it is content box only. So that's why here, if you are applying box sizing, content box means height and width will be applicable for just content area only. Okay. So another value by default, it will be another value here we have, that is, let me, what if you want to keep this box size 200 by 200 only, even though if you are applying what, border and padding, then what you have to do, you have to mention means still border, okay, box, okay, box sizing should be till border box now. So now see, automatically the content is getting decreased, okay, and here we have 20 pixels each and every side. So top and bottom 20 and 20, how much? 40 padding, and 20 and 20 border, how much it is total? 80, and plus 120 height, total how much it is now?
200.
200. So that's why now if you are using box sizing border box, then whatever height and width you have applied, okay, that will remain same even though if you are applying border and padding. So these two properties we can use in box model. Box sizing by default will be content box. Another one here we have box sizing
Border
border.
box.
Is that clear everyone now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So in interview, they can ask you like, what is the difference between box sizing? Like, what is box model? So in box model, you can say we have like each and everything will appear in the browser in form of box only. The inner one will be content box, then outer. Just immediately after that, we have padding, and after that we have border, then margin. Okay,
Margin.
is that clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So in real time, whenever you are going to create any project, okay, at that time, this is a kind of reset which you have to apply in the universal selector. Okay, so it means each and every element will follow this box model. Okay, is that clear? So this is
Yes.
kind of universal reset. So one thing you have to apply, that is margin. You have to reset it as 0 for each and every element. Padding 0 for each and every element. Box sizing border box. So why we are using this universal like reset, margin 0, padding 0 for some element by default, like browser only provide the margin and padding. Okay, so just you have to reset each and everything, and then you can apply your own padding or margin as per your project requirement. Okay.
Is border box is a standard one that we use in
Yes,
the real
yes,
time?
yes. Because see, if you are setting any card height and width, let's say height 300 pixels with 250, and you are applying then padding. Okay, even if you are not using border, but generally you have to apply what? Padding, just to keep
Padding.
the content. Uh, it means if you want to keep gap between content and outer area of that card, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
So at the time, what will happen if you're not using this box sizing border box? The card height and width will get increased. Okay. So just to restrict that, you have to use what? Box sizing
Border box.
border box. Is that clear now?
Yes.
I
Fine.
have still a problem.
Sorry.
I'm confusing between padding and border.
Padding and?
Border.
So what is your question here? Like what is
Like
padding and what is border?
padding, let me explain. So in box we have content, right? So
Hmm.
content, whatever the margin for the content and the box, it's represented by the padding, right?
No. So border and the gap between border and content, that area is known as padding. Yes.
And Okay, and then what about border is 20? Like, so I think padding the X of the padding, it's
Say
like a border.
this is content, no?
Yeah.
So on left hand side, you can see here when I will hover, no, then this is content area.
Right.
So if I will write anything here inside this div, okay, that will appear in that content area only. Okay, so we
Okay.
do not have enough space, okay, for
Mhm.
this paragraph, so that's why it is overflowing
Okay.
here right now. So now I'm going to show you here. This is content area, okay,
Yeah.
where we have our content text, whatever we have kept. Now the padding is nothing but gap between this border and this content.
Right.
So just to keep that content like separated with the border, what we have applied here, padding, okay. And for this card, or you can say for this box, the outer border we have applied here, how much it is? 20 pixels.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the border, or you can say the outermost edge of this box. So content will be here, then we have padding, then we have border. Is that clear now? What is border and padding?
If I want to materialize this overflow content, so do I need to increase the box size or the padding?
We do have one property called overflow. See, okay, so if you want to show each and everything in this card only, if you have the card size, like you have limitation that card size should be 200 by 200 only, and in that whatever content we are going to put, that should be visible. So for that we have property, and in this topic only I'm going to explain you, so that
Okay.
will come. So that is overflow. Okay,
Mhm.
so you can show this one inside this content area only, but if we have like extra text, where we have the content area 120 by 120, but in that area these many text you cannot put, isn't it? So in that
Right.
case a scroll will appear. Okay, then you can scroll and you can see that content. Okay, so that we will see, that we will see. Any other question?
No.
Now Neeraj, is that clear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, fine. Now the next, again I'm going to remove this text from here, save it. So now the next topic here we have, that is rounded corners. Okay, same div I'm going to target here. Why I'm commenting, for your reference, once if you will check the code, you can easily understand what I'm trying to explain here. That's why. Gold, 200 pixels, height 200 pixels. So here we have this div. I'm going to close this one now, this div. So as you can see here, the corner is not smooth, not rounded, isn't it? So what if you want to make that one, that corner as like rounded? What you have to do? Do you know that property?
Border radius.
Border radius.
Border is to
Border radius, pixels we can use, percentage we can use, any distance unit we can use, isn't it? Let's say I'm going to use here 10
50.
pixels. Now rounded corners here we can see, no, for this box.
Yes.
But how it works, that I'm going to show you. Okay, what if you want to make this one just top left corner as like rounded? What you have to do? For that one, here we have border top left radius. Okay, border, It will start from here. Okay. Border top left radius 10 pixels. Is working?
Yes.
Okay. What if you want the top right corner?
See,
Border top
border
right.
top right.
Border top right radius.
Border top right radius, isn't it? 10 pixels. Is working now?
Yes.
Fine. Then border bottom right one, we can do in the same way, isn't it?
Yes.
Border bottom right. Okay. Let me.
Radius.
Okay. 10 pixels. Is working? Fine. Border bottom left radius. Okay. 10 pixels. Fine. So now we are able to see like here how border top left and top right, bottom right and bottom left radius we can individually, means we can target any corner of the box, isn't it?
Yes.
Am I right if I'm saying like on the top right corner, it's little bit dot on that,
Little bit.
the transparent dot on the top right corner?
So that is because of my screen only.
Okay.
Laptop screen. See now.
Okay.
So it is here
No,
now.
right. Yes, it's perfect now.
Okay. So these 4 properties you can use for all those 4 corners. Fine. For all sides we can target like this. Individually we can target all those 4 corners like this. Now let's say if I'm saying here border top left radius 50 pixel, what will happen?
Yeah, only left side one
So
will
what
have
is
a
the
smooth
meaning of
edge.
50 pixels?
I mean, from the corner to it will come towards, I mean, inside till 50 pixels, then it will create a smooth arc. I mean, that's what my
Okay.
understanding.
Yes. So it is. So from corner here till here it is 50 and at the bottom also it is 50 and then it is making one arc, isn't it? Fine. Now what if I'm giving here 50 pixels and then 100 pixels? Now what will be the output?
Top,
Top right.
Top and right.
Right side 50 pixels, bottom 100 pixels.
So which
No.
corner? This one and this one?
No. Right side.
Left and top left and right.
I think top left and bottom right will have 50 pixels.
What is the property name?
Oh, sorry.
Top
Oh,
left.
it's only
radius.
left.
It's
Left.
border top left only,
Yes.
isn't it? So what will happen here? See, this is the X offset value and this is the Y offset value. Okay. So X offset means on horizontal axis, it will check
Yes.
the 50 pixels and from that corner only on Y axis, it will check 100 pixels and then it will make one curve. See that? Okay. Now, what is the total width of this box?
200.
200
200.
pixels.
200. So from here to here, how much it is?
200.
200.
150.
200, no?
150.
150.
So 200 if we will give here for X axis. So from this corner to this corner means On x-axis, it will start from here. The point will be here, isn't it? And on
Yes.
y-axis,
Halfway
here. And then it will make a,
curve.
isn't it?
Yes.
Got it? How it is working?
Yes.
Now, if I'll make this one as 200 on x-axis, means on horizontal axis, and 200 on vertical axis. So then what will happen? From this corner, from this corner
Triangle.
to this on horizontal, 200 is here, and vertically 200 is here. So it will make a curve from this corner to
Yes.
this corner, isn't it? Are you
Top
getting?
right.
So actual, if you will see here, this is the corner right now. So 200, if I'm saying here, the first value is 200. So 200 from here, where it will reach on x-axis? Here, no? At the end
Yes.
of this box.
Yes.
Yes.
And on y-axis, where it will reach? Here.
Down.
Oh.
Down.
So
Complete
these,
bottom.
on these 2 points only, it is going to make a curve.
Curve.
Okay. So now see here. Is that clear?
Yes.
Fine. Now the same thing, if I'm going to apply here, border, right, one second, border bottom, right radius, 200 pixels. What will happen now? So actually, when you are writing a single value, that will be for horizontal axis as well as for
Vertical.
vertical axis. So from this corner, horizontal axis will be this, no?
Yes.
So 200 will reach here, and on vertical axis 200 will reach here. So it will make a curve like this, kind of leaf. Okay,
Yes.
Yes.
isn't it? Is working? Now, what if I'm giving here 200 on x-axis and 100 pixels only on y-axis? So vertically, it will make a curve from, means it will be like this, isn't it?
Yes.
See how it is. So you can make any shape. Now you understood, no, what is the meaning of if you are passing two different values for individual corner. Okay, so horizontal value and vertical value, two values you have to pass. Okay, fine. So this is clear for
Yes.
everyone? Is clear, no?
Yes.
Okay. Border top, right radius or left radius. Border top, left radius. Okay. So if I'm giving 200, what will happen? Now we know, means again, it is going to take for horizontal and vertical, both same, no? 200 pixels. Fine. Is clear, no? This one?
Yes.
Now tell me, if I'm going to take here 300, then not 300, 400.
200 only taken.
200 only it will take.
200 only means the result will remain
Same.
same, isn't it?
But in case if there is any another div next to it or bottom of it, will that be affecting because of giving 400?
You can target the individual one. So if you are targeting the first div in that selector, if you are applying some property, how it will be applicable for the next one?
Okay. Or sometimes it will sometimes it will push the bottom one also, that's why.
No, that is for margin. but here we are applying border radius. So it is same, no? If it is greater than 200.
Yes.
Now, if I'm applying 300, then it is greater
It
than
will,
200 only, no?
yes, remain same.
No.
Not applicable.
One second. So it is working. And here I'm giving now 200 pixels. What will be the output now? The same result?
Yes.
No, sir.
No.
It is not working like that. So individually means if you are targeting like this, it will work. Okay. But if you have two different offsets, it is not working as expected. Then what is happening actually? See, so if you have two offset value, okay, if you have just one, if you are giving more than its actual original width, it will remain same as you have seen. Okay, but if you have two different offset, so what is the value for x offset or horizontal value? Here we have,
300,
300.
and this one is
200.
200.
okay. So for x-axis here we have 300. Okay, and for
Y-axis.
we have
200.
200. So if you will see the vertically, it should come here, no?
Yes.
But why it is till here only?
It is matching with
Yeah.
300, I guess. I mean,
No. If I'll give here 300, then it is working fine. But if I'll give here 200, see what is happening? So if it is exceeding, if you're passing two values, if it is exceeding whatever the width is there, and you are passing that value more than that, it will be added to just to the, like if you're passing on y, it will be added to the x-axis. So 200 again plus 100, how much it is?
300.
300, no? So 100, it is on x-axis, you see. So if I'll simply keep this one as 100 and 200, it will remain same or not?
No, the size will
Yes,
be
sir.
different
Yes, sir.
compared to the
It's
previous.
same.
Size is different here. Okay, size is different. One second. 300, 200.
Here, on the
What is
Y,
happening?
vertically, the height will
Yeah.
increase by 100 pixels. Then,
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can actually check this one. One website is there. Okay. So if it is exceeding, generally we do not pass that. Okay. So in case if you are getting confused with this in pixels, you don't know the exact width or height, then you can go with, because of this only I'm saying, then you can go with the percentage value. So let's say if I'm giving 50%, so 50% means what? So if I'm passing just one, okay, just one value, so it will be for x as well as for y axis, 50% of its height and 50% of its width.
Width.
Okay, here. Okay, and if you are giving 100% means 100% means it is like 200 pixels, no?
200 pixels, yes.
So it is going to make that curve. So if you are not sure like what is the width and what is height, if you are giving the maximum, like you have here limit 200 and you are giving 300, in that case it will not work as expected. So you can go with the percentage value. Okay, So 100% means it won't exceed whatever width or height is there of that particular element. So it's better always to use percentage.
Percentage.
Okay, but we can pass two different values here also, like 100% and 50%. So it is working, no, as
Yes.
expected. So always use percentage, just in case if you have like just a small corner, means a small change you have to do in that corner, let's say 5 pixels or 2 pixels, then only go with the pixel values. Okay, 2 pixels or 5 pixels. Okay, a small change if you want, if you just want to make this one like a smooth corner with a smaller value, then you can use the pixel. Otherwise, let's say if you have to make this one as a circle, in that case what you can do, simply you can use what, border radius. For all sides you can use 50%, because in this case if you will use, let's say 200 pixels, okay, 200 pixels, it will work because you know the width and height. But in case if you don't know the width and height, then isn't it? So if I'm going to increase now the width as 400, here we have, it is fine, dimension is same, that's why. Okay, 200 border radius, it is working fine. Let's say here we have 600, then it is not working as expected, no?
Yes.
So whatever dimension is there, if you want to make that one as circle, simply you can make this one as border radius 50%. So percentage is working fine in this case.
Yes.
So always go with the percentage value. Fine. So you can use any distance unit, as I said. Okay. Now, border radius. We have seen like individually we were targeting with these properties like border top left radius, isn't it? Border top right. So here if I'm going to make this one as, now again we'll change to 200 and this one also 200. Fine. So border radius. Let's say if I'm giving here 20 pixels, what will be the output? So this is the shorthand property, no? Now
Yes. All sides 20 pixels.
all sides 20 pixels. Okay. Now 30 pixels. 20 pixels space 30 pixels.
Opposite corners
Opposite
20 and
corners.
Yeah. So first one is for what? Top
Top
left.
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 Bottom right.
So opposite one will be here. So these two will be 20 and here top right, second one, no? So
Yes.
these two will be in, you can see here 30 pixels. Is working, no? Fine.
Yes.
Border radius 20 pixels, 40 pixels and 60 pixels. Now
top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right.
how about the last one? Yesterday we have learned about these things, no? Like
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
border,
Top and
40
top
pixel
left
means
20.
top left,
top
top
left
left and
20,
right
bottom and
40.
right.
top
Top
right
right
40.
and bottom left 40. And bottom right 60 pixels.
Exactly. So here the first value will be for top left, second value will be for the top right and its
Bottom.
opposite corner, and the last one will be for bottom
Bottom right.
right. Okay, clear? Here we have 20, 40, 40, and this one is 60. Fine. Border radius 10 pixels, 20 pixels, 30 pixels, and 40 pixels. Now it will start from top left. Okay, top left, top right, bottom left. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now one more thing here. Border radius, I'm giving here it as 50 pixels. Okay, so what will happen now?
All
So
sides
again,
50
All
pixels.
sides.
50
All
pixels.
sides 50 pixels. Fine. Slash 40 pixels. It will work or not?
Will work, but there's different size, different likely.
Yeah, it will work.
So what is the meaning of this one? 50 pixels slash 40 pixels. Okay. So just now we have seen individually we were targeting the corners here. Okay. And if we are passing just one value means that is for X and Y offset, or sorry, axis. You can say horizontal value and vertical value. So same thing. So this one is for the all corners on X axis 50 pixels and on Y axis
Y-axis 40 pixels.
40 pixel.
Okay, so I can show you this one. If I'll apply 20, then you will be able to see the difference. See, it's working, no? From this corner, X axis 50 pixels and Y is just 20.
20 pixels.
Same for all the corners. Okay. Now 50 pixels, 100 pixels, 20 pixels, 50 pixels. Now what is the meaning of this one?
Same like opposite, sir.
Yeah, so this one is 50 pixels for
All sides.
not all sides.
No,
See
no,
here,
no.
see, I'll show you here.
On
Side
top
by
one.
side.
Okay.
This one is, yeah. So this one is for top left
Top.
and
And
bottom right.
bottom.
Bottom right. So 50 and 20. Okay, 50 and 20. And the same thing. 100 pixels
100.
for top right and for
Bottom left.
bottom left. So this is for X and this is for Y.
Y.
This is for X and this is for
Y.
Y. So likewise, you can pass 1, 2, 3 or max 4 values. Okay.
Can you please repeat?
Okay. This one only.
Yes.
So here we have this one is for the top left. How many values we are using right now? 2, no?
Yes.
So as you can see, if we are using 1 only means for all corners. If we are
Okay.
using 2, then first one will be for
X-axis and Y-axis.
no. So this is border radius.
Opposite, sorry. Yeah.
So for corners, I'm saying here first.
Yes. Opposite corner.
Opposite corners. And if we have 3 values, means first one is for top left, then top right and its opposite corner, and this one is for bottom right.
Right.
So likewise here also you can use. So same, if you are using 50 pixels and then 20 pixels means 50 pixels for which corner? How many values here we have? In set of 2 we have, no? So
Yes.
first one will be for the x-axis and
Okay.
this value is for y-axis. For
Y-axis.
which corner? Top left and bottom right, or you can say its opposite corner.
Okay.
Then this one is for top right and its opposite corner. So this value is for horizontal surface, you can say axis, that is x-axis, and this one is for y-axis.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, so in same way you can use either 1, 2, 3 or max 4 values. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So this is all about border radius. Do you have any question here in border radius? Anyone?
I mean, if it is border radius 50%, then we apply some content and we add some content to the div. Then how will it? I mean, can you please add?
Okay.
I mean,
So
will it adjust according to the shape or?
I will show you that also. See here. Here we have border radius 50%, means it will be in circle
Circle.
form. Okay. And now if you will write something in between, okay, here you are getting in this form. Okay.
Okay.
So it is going outside that.
Okay.
So for that one here, in background module, we have to learn about, not in background module. After that, we have shape outside, means shape module itself is there. There we can work on that and it will work accordingly as per its
Okay.
shape. Even if you have one rounded shape and just next to it, we have, let's say any text. So as per its shape, that text will wrap.
Adjust.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that also we will see. Don't worry about that. Okay. Fine. Okay. So in border radius, no questions. Okay, fine.
Sir, what is the difference between calc and border radius? In that previous section, we are specifying the values by the calc.
Calc is totally different thing and border radius is different. Calc is for just if you want to calculate something and based on that you want to apply some content on it, then we use calc function. That is functional notation actually. Okay. So let's say here we have div. Again, I'm going to target this one. Gold width 100 pixels. Height also 100 pixels. Okay. Instead of 100, we'll take 200. Okay, here we have one div. Now, inside this one second. We have some content in it. We'll apply padding also 20 pixels. Okay. We'll add some more text in it. Yeah, Neeraj. So you asked me about like, what if some content is overflowing? So here we do not have enough space inside the div because what is the width right now? It's 200 pixels only. And even we have applied padding. So how about this one? Like if you want to control these text, if it is going outside that box, then so we have one property here in CSS that is overflow. Okay. So overflow by default, it will be visible. Okay. So as you can see, that's why each and everything, whatever you are able to see here, see the which is outside the box, you are able to see that content as well. So this is the first value, default value for overflow. Now overflow, if you want to hide whatever is the content is going outside that box, you want to hide that content. So second value here we have overflow hidden. Are you able to see that content now? No.
No.
Okay. Third thing what we can do, if we do not have enough space for the content and you have to like show all those things. Okay, so that is not possible directly here. So simply what you can do is here you can apply overflow auto. So automatically, if it is exceeding on vertical axis, that is nothing but y, or on x axis, okay, then it will adjust. So if I'm saving this one, what is here? We have now a scroll bar. So now we can scroll this content and each and everything we can see here, isn't it? And width and height, everything is still same for that content, means that box. Clear everyone? How overflow auto will work?
Yes.
Okay. One more thing here we have after this one, auto, we have overflow scroll. So here we have on x axis as well as on y axis, a scroll is there. But in case if the content is exceeding on the x axis as well as on y axis, then both scroll will appear. But here we have a scroll, but we cannot slide it because it is not going outside this box on horizontal axis or on x axis. Okay, so that also you can do. Next here we have, let's say if you want to target just the x axis or the y axis, then what you can do, here we have overflow x. So on x axis, same thing you can apply overflow x auto. If you will keep no, so automatically it will check if the content is exceeding on x axis, then it will work for x axis, otherwise it will go for the y automatically. See here, it is working. No, for x axis is there, no, for y it is coming because there is no what we say content on x axis which is going outside the box. Now same thing you can do for overflow y. Let's say if something is going outside on y axis, so y axis means still result is same. Okay, fine. We need to write width and height separately in short. Muli Krishna, this is question is for this particular overflow thing or something else? Okay, meanwhile I'm showing you here. Let's say here we have this content. Okay, we'll cut this one, we'll add this one inside paragraph. Okay, so see, now we have this paragraph, you can see, and it is going outside the box. So we have automatically on x axis also we have a scroll, and on y axis also we have a scroll that you can see. So automatically when content will increase, no, and that will be not visible in that area, so that scroll will appear if you are using what, overflow auto. Okay, and this is for y, so automatically it is able to understand like this is for y or x. Now if I'm going to use here a scroll, so a scroll will work for these two again because the content is going outside for x axis as well as for y axis. So individually also you can target either overflow x or Y. Now I'm going to save this one. See, now it is going outside this box. Okay. So same thing you can control with the overflow property. Do you have any question, anyone in this?
Can you repeat the scroll one?
Okay. So a scroll, if you will apply, let's say here you have not this overflow scroll, automatically it will appear for both sides. Okay. When you are using a scroll here, you see. If you are using auto, in that case also, it will check. Okay. It will check whether the content is getting see. So here we have, again in auto also we have, I can show you these two difference here. If I'm not using paragraph, simply I'm using text. In that case, auto, you can see automatically working for the vertical axis, isn't it? And a scroll, if you will use here, okay, a scroll will come for x-axis as well as y-axis. But here we do not have enough content on x-axis, so that's why we do not have any scroll bar here. Okay, got it, no?
Yeah.
So in case if you have paragraph, in that same case, now we have content on x-axis as well as on y-axis. So here it is working. You can see for both of the axes. Is that clear now?
Yeah.
So width and height, see, Muli Krishna, for every time, like we have to mention if it is required for any element, you have to mention the width. Height should be auto, based on the content it will like increase. Okay, in case here, if you will see, if I'm not using the height, if I'm not using height, here we have overflow X. Automatically, vertically, you are not getting what? I'm going to remove this one also. See, so as per its paragraph height, automatically the box size is also getting increased. So that is auto by default. Auto. Yesterday we have seen like height will be auto only by default for any element. Once if you will start typing something in that, automatically it will take that as a height it will take as per its inner content. Okay, clear? Now in box model, the last property which we are going to learn about is box shadow. We have learned about the text shadow, no?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
So what we were doing there, we were creating shadow of any text, isn't it?
Yes.
So for text shadow, which property we were using? Do you remember that? Anyone?
Text shadow.
Text shadow. And what were the like possible values there for text shadow?
Offset. X of
X offset, Y offset, and
radius. Some color.
Opacity.
no, not opacity. Okay. So for text shadow, we have 4 values: X offset, Y offset, blur radius, and color. Okay. So here we have this div. Fine. So if you want to create a shadow of any element, not text, Then you have to use box shadow property. Okay. Now syntax I'm going to explain you first. What are the values you can pass here? The first one will be X offset. Okay. So if you want shadow on X axis, means just the right side or left side of the element, then you have to use X offset. Then you have Y offset. Okay. Then you have to use blur radius. Okay. And after this blur radius, we have one extra, you can say, field for spread. Okay. So a spread, and then color. Okay. And the last one is inset. So we'll see like how to use X offset, Y offset, blur radius, spread, color, and inset. How many values are there then? You can see here. How many are there? Total 6. Total 6 we can use in box shadow. Okay. So one thing here you need to remember, that I will show you. Like first, let me explain you one more thing. Again, box shadow. First one will be X offset, no? Okay. So in X offset, you can use only absolute units. Okay. In distance, you cannot use percentage. Okay. Absolute units you have to use here. So we will use, let's say, 10 pixels. This is the value for X offset. We'll save this one. Will work. Not working. Fine. For Y offset, 10 pixels. Okay. Now if I'll save, it will work. See. So here we have shadow. So the shadow is appearing where? 10 pixels, right hand side.
Y offset.
And on Y offset, again 10 pixels. Okay. So what if I'm giving here on X offset 100? So see where it is. And on Y offset also 100. So it seems like by seeing you will see, okay, there are two divs or two different elements, isn't it? Because here we have solid color, but this is the actual element and this one is shadow. Okay. So we have seen here X offset, Y offset. Okay. Now if you want to make this shadow like blurred shadow, then you have to use here again blur radius 10 pixels. It is blurred, no? So you can increase the blur radius here. See how it is. Okay. So now I'm going to remove this one to 100 pixels to 10 pixels on. This is a kind of shadow, but here it is not looking good. I will use here 10 pixels only.
If we use only X,
Only
without
X.
yeah, only without Y, would it work?
So here you need to remove this one. You have to keep this one as 0.
Okay.
And then it will work for just X axis, not for Y axis. Now you can see on top also we have some like black color shade. So just because of blur radius. Now see how it is. Just on the right side we have shadow,
But
isn't it?
if I use only of exact value, then it doesn't look.
I mean, by removing 0 also, I think he's asking.
This one.
Yeah, only this one.
So this one will not work, no, as I said here, see. So you have to pass these two values. These are the mandate values. You have to pass X offset and Y offset value. Okay. Then blur radius, let's say 5 pixels. Okay. So I'm going to make this one for X as well as Y. Okay. Now here we have shadow. Fine. 5 pixels is what?
Blur radius.
Blur radius. And after that, what value we have to pass?
Spread.
So a spread is nothing but a solid color. Okay. So I'm going to remove these things. So here we have just blur radius. Okay. So now I'm going to apply here a spread as 10 pixels. So 10 pixels is nothing but 10 pixels solid color will be there. Okay. And after that, how much it is? 5 pixels. So 5 pixels is blurred radius. So immediately after this box, you can see it is spreading the solid color. Okay. So whatever shadow you will pass now here, let's say I'm going to pass here 100 and this one also 100, then you will be able to understand. See, so this is nothing but the complete shadow. And after that, it is spreading how much? 10 pixels extra color. And then 5 pixels, just the like outermost edges, now you can see is blurred. Okay. So spread means it will spread the solid color. Is that clear? If you are giving here 0, then you can understand this one is 0, 0. So this is kind of what? Border. So X offset is 0, Y offset is 0, blur radius is 0, and spread is how much? 10 pixels. So just outside this box, it is spreading 10 pixels extra color.
On each
Okay.
side.
Each side. If I'll give here 100, see, it is kind of border. So it is spreading that much color on each and every side. Now if I'll give here, let's say 10 pixels. So 10 pixels means after this spread, okay, it is going to blur that edge for how much? 10 pixels. Okay, first spread, then blur. Is that clear now?
Yes.
Okay.
Can we change the shadow color?
Yeah, I'm coming to that. So we have seen X offset, Y offset, blur radius, then spread. Okay. What is the next value here? We have
Color.
Color of
color of shadow. So see here, we can make this shadow 10 pixels, 10 pixels. See how it is. Now I'm going to remove the spread value for now. See, here we have shadow now. This one also I'm going to keep as 5 pixels. So here we have light shadow, no? You can see.
yes.
So first one is X offset, then Y offset, then
Blur radius.
blur radius, then
Spread.
spread, then color.
Color.
So inset and outset now I'm going to show you. So by default it is outset. If you remember yesterday we have learned about the border style. So there also we have like inset and outset. So this shadow is right now outside this element. What if you want this shadow inside that? Then we have to use what? Inset. See. Is that clear?
No.
So see here. So this is the main element. Okay. If we are not using inset, okay, shadow is where? Outside this one.
Okay.
Okay. So what if this is kind of, I can say, let's say we have a plate. Okay. And in plate, if there will be a shadow inside that plate, if you want a shadow, what you have to do? Outside is okay. I can show you the real example here. Just give me a second. No. This one. So see here how I'm getting this effect. So if you want any like shadow inside the element, okay, so just to show that like in between there is a depth. Okay.
Okay.
So kind of illusion, if you want to show that, then you can use inset. I think here I have used somewhere that, see here, inset. If I'll not use this inset, what will happen? See how it is. So just one thing I have applied here, inset, and it seems like it is a plate. Is that clear now?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So you can use inset if you want shadow inside the element. Got it? Now,
Yes.
one more thing here you need to remember always, like the order. Okay, order. Whatever value you are writing. No? So inset at the end we have written. No? Let's say if I'm going to keep this one in the beginning, it is working in the same way. Now color, I'm going to keep this one here immediately after this. It is working. First color, then inset. It is working. First color. At the end, I'm going to put inset. It is working. Means inset and color value you can keep anywhere, but these four things should be in same order. First is X offset, then Y offset, then blur radius, and then spread.
Spread.
Okay. The order you have to keep for these four values like this only. X offset, Y offset, blur radius, and then spread. But inset and color you can keep anywhere. Okay. Either in the beginning or at the end. Now, next thing. So here, if I'm not using inset right now, that is outside, no? So the color I will take a bit darker. One second. Here we have the shadow for this div. Fine. So this is right side here. What if you want left side? Simple.
Minus.
Minus you have to write. So this is on left side. What if you want this one on top? So y offset should be, got it? No, everyone, how it is working?
Yes.
One more thing, excuse me. Spread value. Spread value now I'm going to keep here as 10 pixels. So spread, now you know how it is working, isn't it? So spread also you can give in minus. So that will go inside, and we have, like, you can see there is
It will match with the original.
no, I can show you this one. Here minus 20 means it is going inside. Now you are not able to see even that shadow for X offset and Y offset, but it is there. Even a spread is also there. So what you can do is, we'll take here minus 5 pixels. See, a spread is there. Okay. So a spread is now inside. So that I can show you. Okay. Minus 50. So where it is going? Minus 5. So now shadow is appearing a bit, you can see, is a smaller right now. If we'll keep this one 0, it is same like the box. But if you want to shrink that size, this solid color shadow, okay, if you want to shrink that one, what you have to do, you have to apply here minus value 20 pixels.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
So negative value you can pass for X offset, Y offset, and spread.
Spread.
But if you will pass negative value for blur radius, it will not work. Okay. That you need to remember always. Clear everyone till here? Or you have any question? No? Fine. Next thing here we have, instead of this, what I'm going to use, X offset, Y offset, blur radius, then spread value, then color. This one has not, we'll take CCC. Okay, here we have this one little bit darker. Okay, AAA, fine. So if I'm applying here AAA color, we are able to see that. What if I'm going to remove this color? What will be the shadow color now? X offset is there, Y offset is there, blur radius is there, spread is there, but I'm not applying what?
Background.
Oh, color will be
Background
in
color and inset.
current color.
Inset I'm not using. Okay, so that is optional. So background color will be what?
Current
Black.
color.
It is black. Okay, it is black. So again, yesterday we have seen, no? So if we will use here color property red, we do not have any content in it right now, but see, again it is taking the current color keyword as it was working for border. Okay, so always remember, in case if you do not have any color in shadow, it will take it as current color, and current color of this particular element is what? Black. Okay, so explicitly you have to define that one. Inset it will go inside. Okay, fine. So here we have inset. And now one more thing, just give me 2 more minutes. So we have seen like by default is this one. What if you have to create a multiple shadow? Same thing we can do, no? As we did in text shadow, if you remember, box shadow, X offset 10 pixels, Y offset 10 pixels, okay? Blur radius, let's say 3 pixels, spread 0, and color I'm going to we'll keep this one also 0, and FE9. See here we have one shadow. We can copy it. Just we have to put a separator as comma, and I will paste the value here. So here I'm going to keep it as 200, 200. Okay. -100 and -100. So on top it will be. So as you can see here, we are able to create what? Multiple shadows. And it seems like all these are like different blocks here, but it is not, isn't it?
Yes.
For tomorrow means you have to do, you know what? You have to create a chessboard just by using single div. You do not have to use any table or anything. Just by using this shadow only, you have to create what?
Chessboard.
And how many blocks you have to create in that? 64. Yes. Okay. So just create that and post me in the WhatsApp individually a screenshot of that, your output, and even code. Okay.
Sure.
Fine. And last thing for today, just give me 2 minutes. So in case if I'm using here 50, this one is 50. And now this one is 70. This one is also 70. This one is 90. This one is 90. Okay. As you can see here we have, so the first shadow which you will create, no, that will be on top. So how it is stacking, you can see the last one which you have created is at bottom. Okay. And the one which you have created here as a first, that is on top. So shadow stack also you can see here how it is working. Is that clear?
Yes.
So this is all about box shadow. Okay. So do you have any question here? One more thing you can do here that I'm going to show you. Box shadow, let's say 0 pixels, 0 pixels. Okay. If you want shadow each and every side of the element, so here we can use 3 pixels and a spread we can use 5 pixels. Okay, so every side here we have kind of border, no? So we can make this one as like 10 pixels. See, so equal shadow you can see if the light is coming from the top view, you can see it is a kind of box. So each and every side here we have shadow. So directly you cannot create with the x offset and y offset. That will be the specific. Either on x axis it will work, or y axis, right hand side bottom, or top left, isn't it? So if you want shadow each and every side, you have to use x offset 0, y offset 0, and then spread and blur radius you have to use. This is the first thing, and the last one here, last. Okay, so box shadow. Let's say you have to create a multiple border. Can we apply multiple borders for a single element? That is not possible, but by using shadow you can do. Okay, it's a kind of like illusion, but not actual border. So 0 pixels x offset, 0 pixels y offset, 0 pixels blur radius. I'm giving 10 pixels here. What? A spread. So this is kind of border, no? So comma. Again, here we have 10, then 20.
20.
And color, I'm going to change it as red. Isn't it? Again, comma. Color, we'll change it as blue. So by using shadow, we can do like many things actually. In my code pen, if you will see, most of the time I'm using shadow only to create a like a what we say, pseudo element kind of thing. Okay, so this is all about box shadow, and we are done with the box model module. Okay, if you have any question you can ask, or else we can drop off for the day. We'll connect again tomorrow. Thank you everyone.
Like the chicken piece in the earlier example, code pen. Is it an image or effect bot?
Everything is CSS and HTML, no image. Okay.
I mean that has so many curves and edges, so I
yeah, so by using the same thing whatever I have explained today, no, about the border radius, you can make that curve. Even now if you will check no that code, you will be able to understand what I have used over there and how border radius is working in real time. Okay, now you will be able to understand that code.
Access to your code pen?
Yeah, anyone can access. That is open source, no? So you can check
How to
code.
search it?
Simply codepen.io/frontendfreak. Okay, one second. I'm going to share my screen. Even in WhatsApp group, someone has shared that one. So you can note down. Let me do one thing here. This URL only you have to type. Okay. codepen.io/frontendfreak. Okay. So here, whatever pane I have created in that, mostly I have not used images. The illustration, whatever I have created by using HTML, CSS only. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. Bye. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night. Bye.
Night.